And welcome everyone to NBA preseason basketball on ESPN from San Diego. Back in July, LeBron James decided to join the Los Angeles Lakers, the game's biggest star, with one of the most storied franchises in all of sports. 16 NBA championships, and right now, they got number 17 on their minds. A seismic shift in the NBA landscape. And that's where we pick up the story and the narrative tonight. LeBron in his debut.
His location is as different as the level of expectation for the biggest star in the game. But what we know unequivocally is through 15 seasons, he has had as good a career as you could possibly ask. 4-time MVP, 3-time NBA champion, and finals MVP in every one. But there's so many unknowns with this roster, how they're going to play, what their rotations will be. But anytime he's in the mix, you expect at least a playoff appearance.
The jersey color may change, but the talent is invariable. It is inexorable. It is unchanging. LeBron James tonight in purple and gold in his first game as a Los Angeles Laker here in San Diego. As we take a look at the starting lineups tonight. And you can see the grasp and feel the presence that LeBron sways already with his new teammates. Barely a week into training camp, and already you see parts of his influence on this Lakers team. Year number 16 for LeBron James. Coming off perhaps statistically one of his best last year. And a new era for Lakers basketball is underway.
When he went back to Cleveland, don't overreact. We will not overreact.
Great pass by LeBron James inside to Ingram, who was cutting off the ball.
And that's going to be critical to me.
A couple of days ago, Caldwell Pope. James, a deep three. Got it. And his first bucket as a Laker. James last year shot 37% in 5 years since they made it. Eliminated on the last day of the regular season for 2 consecutive years. And Brandon Ingram in a nice flow already.
You can see what LeBron does for teammates, right?
He's got 12 already, folks.
Come on.
LeBron draws the foul on the play.
What I liked about Denver is Tim Connolly said, listen, we didn't know what we had in Nikola Jokic. But boy, oh boy, what a well-rounded skill set.
In Cleveland, first pick of the draft, 2-time NBA MVP. And then the decision moving on to Miami, winning 2 NBA championships there against OKC and San Antonio. 4 straight finals appearances, and then 4 more in Cleveland. And really, Doris Burke, accomplishing what he set out to do in returning to Cleveland. Bringing that city its first championship in over 5 decades. Perhaps the beginning of something special here for the Lakers.
Coach in the NBA, they always talk about it's always better. LeBron!
And he's back up off the bench.
He was not supposed to play in the second quarter.
He hit Luke on the hip with a little text. Well, Coach, let me spin. Luke Walton and LeBron James go back to the 2003 NBA draft class. Walton, the 32nd pick. And then here we are 16 years later, Doris Burke. Walton is LeBron's coach. Tell you what, there have been a lot of guys that came in 2003 that aren't playing still.
That's correct.
McGee with a little floater inside. As the season opens up in a little over 2 weeks. James on the drive, draws the foul.
That is one of the strangest situations I've ever seen in the NBA. Jimmy Butler.
What to make of that? Jokic going to run for cover here, trying to guard LeBron. And the three is good. He was backpedaling. And the lead down to 10.
It's going to be a foul on Jokic, I believe, against McGee. Bounce pass from 23 feet, that's not bad. And then understanding Brandon Ingram has got the size and ability, even against his center, to make shots. Boy, that jumper's so much more fluid than early in his career. The guy is just so dynamic. And then Jokic on the other side. Three for Lonzo. So what did he do? He watched a ton of tape. He changed his body in the weight room. He's talked about feeling so much stronger so he doesn't have to fling the ball at the rim.
Executive producer in those, and another great production on Stars right now, the Warriors of Liberty City, a documentary, a docudrama on Luke Campbell's football team.
There you go, Space
in Miami.
Jam 2.
Long way to go to get to Golden State. They could pick up right where they left off, starting with training camp. If they start today or whenever they start, we're picking up from scratch. So we have a long way to go. You know, we can't worry about what Golden State is doing. Golden State is Golden State, and they're the champions, and they've been together for a few years now. So, you know, we put that to the side. We can only focus on what we can do to get better every day as a Lakers franchise, and you know, and hopefully someday we can put ourselves in a position where we can compete for a championship, as Golden State has done for the last few years.
Took the court to a rousing round of applause as he was introduced to the crowd here in San Diego.
Appropriate we start a highlight with a pass. The jumper that's now on point. But to me, that may be the thing that distinguishes his career. He's always talked about, I'm not all about scoring. And with his arrival in the West, how about every active winner of the MVP award resides in the Western Conference?
The Nuggets responded in their first preseason contest. LeBron James finished with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the beginning of something new in terms of the view for the